Hey, good morning. We're going to go do some very short videos on essential strokes that you need to practice when using your flat brush. All right, hold on a moment. We're going to go down to the workstation down below. Now, the first curve is essential. It's for a rainbow. You're going to wet your brush. I want to wet my brush. I'm going to pull off any extra water. You want your brush wet. You don't want it dripping. Thus, I squeegee some of the water off. Now I get my split cake. This one has red, yellow, teal, and indigo. You don't need to have every color of the rainbow on your cake because when you're loading up, those colors are going to blend naturally all by themselves. So your teal will make a light blue or a green depending on what side it is. Once you have your brush loaded up, you decide what color you want on the top of the curve. Some people make the mistake of putting their blue or their purple at the top of the rainbow, but actually a rainbow is red at the top because the light wave frequency is long on red and short on purple and blues. You lay your brush down and you pull and drag it, pull, and once you have that curve done, you lift it up. Curves can be done horizontal. Curves can be done vertical. So you want to practice doing a curve from different angles. You maybe even want to do a curve going up. It's a very easy, basic curve, but while your face paint is wet, this is when you can take your poofer bottle and poof out a little, not a lot. I need to get a new tip on this one. This is where you apply glitter. While the paint is wet, you can apply your glitter, and then you can decorate it with white if you want to turn this into a magical rainbow, or if you want to add clouds. My paint's still wet, so I'm going to just put clouds at the bottom and around this rainbow. If I go through the paint, I'm going to pick up some of that paint color, but that's okay if you're trying to do accents on your clouds. And then I might want to wipe that tip off and reload just a little bit of white. And then I can do a few dots just to accent and make my rainbow look extra sparkly. If you don't have glitter, doing little dots of different sizes takes the same purpose as glitter. It draws the eye, creates more magic. And then once the paint is dry enough, you can then do little stars. Now this paint's still quite wet, so the stars are not going to turn out so good. But this is the curve that you should practice for your face paint. If you need a guide, you can get a piece of lined paper. I just ripped a piece of notepaper out of my notebook. I slide it under my cutting mat. I could even draw guidelines if I wanted to, but I can practice my curve I'm having more water than pigment on my brush, so my rainbow is now spotting. But you can practice going from one line to the next line as a guide. So have fun doing your curves. It's very basic and it's very fun. You want to do curved on the side of the face if you're going around eyes. So say if the eye is right here, to throw a splash of color on the side of their face, it's good to do it like that. Or even if you're going across the nose. I don't know when you do this curve, but it's always good to practice any brush stroke from different angles because you never know if you're going to have to start like that or like this or flip the other way. When you're doing two eyes, it's very important to remember that if the dark color is on the outside, on the left, make sure you flip your brush over so the dark side is now on the outside. I've done that mistake before. I'm going to draw eyes again real quick. There's eyes. I've made the mistake of doing dark on the outside and then coming here and going, oops. So get in the habit. If you're doing one side and then the other, make sure you roll and flip that brush right away before you cross the nose area, or else you might have an oops. Happy painting!